listen, y'all need to let me know if you can hear me. I have my little microphone on here. I'm not on Wi-Fi, I'm on regular service, but I'm at the beach and I don't really know how well this is going to work. It looks like it's still a little laggy, janky, if you will. I don't have my computer in front of me, so hopefully I can see your comments, your chats, your whatever else. This is not set up the way it normally is, so hopefully everything works out well. When I tell you the level of anxiety I have right now is through the freaking roof, you don't even understand. Y'all know I do my live streams in the safety of my apartment with no strangers looking at me. And I'm literally next to a restaurant with probably about 100 people waiting for a table, people pulling up to park and go inside. The beach is literally right there. If I turn around, you can't see me, but that's not really the important part. Technically, y'all, there's the beach. OMG, just friggin' gorgeous. So over there, a ton of people. And I will get down there so you guys can see the beach, but I have to, one, liquid courage this thing because I don't know how to record in front of people. It is so anxiety inducing. It makes absolutely no sense. And I talk loud and I'm like, can I whisper and it be okay? Like, I don't want people looking at me, but then if I whisper, I'm like, can y'all hear me? Whew, y'all. So here's the thing. It's been a week since we saw each other. 7 days, my dudes, 7 days. It was not my intention to go 7 days without seeing you. I don't like it. I don't know if y'all care, but I don't like it. It feels like not seeing my favorite people for an entire week. It feels wrong. It doesn't feel right. But here's what happened. See, what happened was my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and my nephew have showed up. They've been here for the week. We've been hanging out and having fun. And the main channel got like one video and it was like 11 minutes long. This channel unfortunately got nothing because I've just been living in the moment with friends and family and everything else. And yes, work is important, but sometimes y'all, you just have to step back for a minute and enjoy your life. Don't let the work stuff get to you. Don't let money, and I know that's stupid to say, but don't let like the making of money kind of dictate what you do. Sometimes you just need a day or two to just focus on your family and your friends, yourself, y'all, yourself. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine? Like, listen, this is totally off topic. We'll get into topic, although there's never really a full topic here. It's SquirrelTribe 2.0. It's like ping pong and all over the place. But anyway, can you even imagine as an adult with children and responsibilities and a spouse and a job and a house and everything else, literally having 24 hours to yourself to do whatever the actual HE double hockey sticks that you want? Look, there's a whole group of people about to walk by and I'm like, don't look at me. This is, y'all, I hate this. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what to do with myself. They're gonna walk by. Hold on. Y'all, we'll just go this way. Make it less awkward. Totally still awkward. I don't really know what to do with this. The whole point in having this channel was so that I could work through my anxiety and talking in front of people and being okay with everything. Nope, still fully freaking anxious. It's, oh, we're gonna have a seat? Are we gonna sit down? Yo, this is what we're doing. We're gonna have a seat. We gotta go. I gotta move. Because I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this with people in the background. And I know that's a lot. I fully understand. Look, it's bright outside. You know what? Screw it. I know they're not looking at me. I understand they're not looking at me, but everything in my brain goes, they're all staring at you. They're all listening to you. If you say anything stupid, they're all gonna laugh at you. I did not wear my SquirrelTribe shirt on purpose. I did not want to be on the beach, walking around in SquirrelTribe gear and people staring at me. I don't know what to do with myself. And I fully understand that half the people out there are like, ma'am, it's not that big a deal. But unless you have anxiety or like baby panic attacks, you might not fully understand exactly how just vomit inducing it is when people sit there and like just stare at you while you do stuff. And it's the stupidest thing. Some of my favorite jobs I've ever had in my entire life are literally waiting tables where people stare at me, like an entire table full of people stare at me while I sit there and talk to them. I don't know why this is any different, but unfortunately, this is really freaking different. So now we're in the wind. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. The wind, my hair is gonna blow all into my face, but please hold. I have a hand here, hand holding this, can't do anything, but this way you guys can at least see the water. I'm sure there's like half naked people all behind me, which is also kind of awkward for a live stream, but it is what it is. We're at the beach. So listen, what was I saying before I got anxiety riddled? Oh yeah, can you imagine having an entire day, like 24 hours to yourself to do whatever the crap you wanted? Like, lay in bed and do absolutely nothing, eat an entire tub of ice cream for breakfast, not wash the spoon when you're done? Like, can you imagine? I don't know how this works. Like, is that a thing? Do people do this? I saw a thing on Mother's Day. Look, I can't with the wind. Listen, y'all, this is gonna be the most spastic live stream you've ever seen in your entire life. If you stay, thank you. If you leave, trust me, I fully understand. I will not hold it against you. But before we do with the thing, let me just say, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so Mother's Day, I saw this meme and somebody was like, you know what I want for Mother's Day? For you to leave me the crap alone. Let me get a hotel room by myself, sit in a bed, not have to do anything, whatever else. And I'm like, this is actual. Like, I love my child and I want her to say, you know, happy Mother's Day, but then I want her to go away so that I can do absolutely nothing for an entire day. I don't have to make a single freaking decision for anybody else. I don't have to clean anything. I don't have to dress up. I'm gonna put on makeup. I'm gonna put on a bra if I don't want to. Like, literally, that is the epitome. Look, this guy's staring at me, so we're gonna put him in the live stream. You're gonna stare at me, I'm gonna put you in the live stream. That's how that one's gonna work. Well, he stopped staring now, so now I sound like an ass. But anyway, that would be like a great Mother's Day kind of thing. So listen, when I get anxious, I talk even faster than when I'm not anxious. So if I pause for a second, it's literally to try to remember to breathe and not pass out in the middle of the beach for lack of oxygen. So we're just gonna pause. Look, I'm gonna let y'all stare at the beach while we pause for a second. Try not to put like a bunch of people in it, but hold on. Breathe. Y'all, I'm so glad I put on deodorant. The amount of sweat right now, it's lovely. The ladies, you understand the boob sweat, the little puddle that happens in like your lower back and then like your armpits and the upper lip. That's happening. It's not because it's hot out as I choke on my own hair, get out of my mouth. It's because anxiety. We love anxiety. So it's been a week since I saw y'all because, again, family. They were supposed to leave today, but what had happened was they're not leaving. They decided to stay another 24 hours because we're having way too much fun and we don't want them to go. And I asked them nicely to stay. So we're gonna stay here they're gonna stay another 24 hours. We had another friend that showed up today. So my 1,400 square foot apartment is about to have 7 people crammed in like little baby sardines. And I'm so excited about it, just so everybody fully knows. I'm going to be like that in 2 days for my birthday. Look, I can't see it. Y'all, the downside to the phone is when you type something, I can see it for all of 4.2 seconds and then it goes away. Man, so I missed that. So happy early birthday to whoever said that. I hope you enjoy your day. Now listen, get the hair out of my face. Listen, this is why I want to shave my head, just so we're all fully aware also. If you have anything, let me try not to get these people, y'all. Anxiety, don't look up. I find myself like looking at the ground. I feel like if I look at the ground, they won't notice me. You ever do that when you were a kid? Like if you pull the blanket over your head, they won't know that you're there. That's kind of how I feel right now. Like if I look at the ground and I don't make any kind of eye contact, they'll just keep going and they won't know I'm here and everything will be fine. So we're just gonna look over here for a second and it'll be fine. Okay, we're good. So here's the thing. Hey, cool. Hi, Michael, how are you? Us kids slept under the dining room table, not stepped on. Okay, so listen, quickly. I can't mimosa, obviously. Glass bottles on the beach are frowned upon, number 1. Number 2, I thought I'd be back in the apartment for this and that did not happen. We are still at the beach because everybody's just enjoying life and having fun. Our friend Chris Igo, I did a video with him about real estate and all kinds of stuff. It's on the channel maybe like a week or 2 ago. I don't know how far along it was. He showed up into town today. He was supposed to show up as my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were leaving, but he showed up before they left. My brother-in-law, just now meeting Chris Igo, was super excited. So now they're talking. So now everybody decided to stay and it's just, it's a thing. So let me not get children in here. I also don't know how this works when you're live streaming and kids are in the background. I don't know what happens here. Scarlett, this is my first live. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Scarlett. So listen, my left arm is going to sleep holding this camera because it's also not something I normally do. So this is definitely interesting. But before we do anything else, whatever you have to drink, whether it's water, whether it's ginger ale, whether it's vodka, whether it's coffee, a pink drink. Tammy, I know you drink the pink drink. Marvin, hopefully you're here. And if you are, you have maple syrup, if you will. I want to say to the upcoming week, I hope everything goes exactly how you want it to. For the past week that we haven't been here together, I hope it was great for everybody. If it wasn't, I hope this coming up week surpasses the last week. I love you all immensely. Cheers, just so we know. I couldn't get the straw over here in time. So, Earlier I had a headache. Listen, y'all are going fast. I can't read everything. Vodka. Oh, no. Can y'all see those? No, I don't know how to show you those. Dang it. So the fighter jets, you can hear them. Fighter jets are going by. And I don't know how to show them to you, and I wish I did, but I can't really see what's happening on the screen completely because of the sun. So there's that. So now to find a way to sit someplace. I don't know how this is going to work. What's your mother like? I'm so curious. Let's see. I am the way I am because of the woman who raised me. I don't know if that answers your question, but I am the way I am because of the woman who raised me. So my mother's freaking awesome, in my opinion. Single mom, worked her ass off, raised me to love everybody, but also to question everything and to care about everybody, whether they care about me or not, to try to do my absolute best in everything that I do, to try to be a shoulder for anybody who needs a shoulder, to work my ass off for the things I want in life and not rely on anybody else to get them for me or give them to me. Lots of stuff. Look, here's where the anxiety kicks in. I need y'all to understand. This is where the anxiety kicks in. Listen, I'm going to show you exactly. Because I want to sit at this table over here. I want to sit at this table. But if I sit at this table so that y'all can see the beach, there's an entire bar of people back there that will be just staring at me. And I don't know what to do with myself with that. I'm not going to lie. So maybe you guys get to stare at them at the bar, and then we'll look at the beach a little bit later, or else I'm going to have ridiculous panic attacks. And I also don't know how to open this. Y'all don't leave. I'm trying to figure out how to open this stand while I'm holding the stand. Don't go anywhere. Work with me here. Hold on. Please hold. And then we go down, and then we go here. Hi, how's it going? So, look. Somebody said they won't care. Half of them are probably drunk, so they probably don't care. And then, look, we're sitting here. Hi, how you guys doing? Hi. So we're sitting here. There's a lot of seagulls everywhere. Oh, okay. This is better. Sitting where I can use my hands makes me happy. Helicopter, please hold. Okay, so this is the problem. Just wave to everybody back there. I wonder if I waved, if they would wave back. I actually don't want to find out. Maggie said breathe. Okay, please hold. Woosah. Yeah, I did not realize growing up that I have anxiety, and I don't think I had it growing up, but I sure as shit have it now, just in case anybody was curious whatsoever. Listen, lady walking past me, literally doing this the whole time. And I don't know what to do with that. I literally don't know what to do with that. Anyway, so this is what happened. Let me explain to you what happened this week. Let me tell you about the cops. The three police officers. The three police officers that everything could have gone horribly sideways, but did not go horribly sideways, thankfully. So that's like she's worried I'm videoing her. That's possible. Now, let me just say, Mrs. Bubbles, when people look at me and they're like, are you recording me? My first thought is, are you witness protection or are you on the lam? Like, I need to know which one. If you're witness protection, I will turn off my camera. If you're on the lam, probably gonna follow you and see where you go because this is interesting to me. But I don't think that's, T said, you don't seem like you have anxiety. I think it's different for everybody. So she's blind in the sun. That is what the woman is. Yeah, I'm definitely blind. Can y'all see this face I'm making? This is not my normal face. I just can't see shit. So listen, what is it doing? Oh, the police. So let me tell you what happened this week first off. Brother-in-law, sister-in-law, nephew show up, okay? We live in a very small freaking apartment. And they took my daughter's room, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Are they waving? Because I don't know if they're waving or not. Yeah, see, I told you there's going to be somebody who jumps in and waves.
Hi, followers.
Hi, kid. How's it going? See, I am. Yeah, it's always the kids that jump in, so you're good. This is why I don't do this, because you never know what's going to happen in a live stream. And watch somebody do something so incredibly stupid that YouTube is like, take the entire channel away. And I'm like, crap. So my sister-in-law and brother-in-law show up. And staying here in Destin is ridiculously expensive in the summer. So I was like, just stay in the apartment. There's no point in spending money. We're going to hang out together the entire time anyway. So my kid gave up her room, and she was sleeping in the computer room, guest room, if you will, on like this janky futon or whatever else. And my nephew, poor thing, got stuck on the couch in the living room. So brother-in-law, sister-in-law sleeping on the couch. We're all hanging out. We're doing whatever for the past couple of days. Well, we decided to go I hear more people. We decided to go out on a boat on, today is, what day is today? Gosh, well, obviously Monday, Mimosa Monday. We went on a boat on Friday. We took a boat out on Friday. And when you take a boat out, you would think that the people who run the boats would say, hey, listen, the water's really choppy, bad things could happen, you should be very careful, are you sure you want to do this? They didn't do that with us on Friday. They just said, hi, have fun, and sent us on our way. Now, my brother-in-law brought his laptop and all his stuff with him in a bag, right? We get on this boat, it's a pontoon boat, and we're going, and it's kind of choppy, it's a little choppy, and we're thinking nothing of it, it's just a little chop, little waves, little whatever, and we're going slow in the no wake zone. Then we hit the please go full throttle zone, and when I tell you the amount of water that was rushing up into the boat, I mean, it was one of those things where you might have drowned sitting in a chair. It made absolutely no sense how much water was coming into the boat. My brother-in-law, I love him. He is a brilliant man. He used his backpack to shield himself from the water. And I was like, sir, quick question. Is your backpack waterproof? And he said, no. And I said, do you feel like you're gonna drown? And he said, no. And I said, then why are you using your laptop to shield you from the water? And he was like, that's a really good question. So he fixed that, and we didn't do that anymore. He saved his backpack, right? Mrs. Bob was like, oh no. And I was like, I don't think he thought this through. Like, you got to think, as a person, if something is coming at you, generally speaking, you're going to grab whatever's in your hands, whether it's a backpack, a child, whatever else, and cover yourself to save yourself, right? That's what people do. I think that's why we have kids, to use them as human shields. So he's using this backpack as coverage, and I'm like, this is a horrible idea, sir. You will dry off. Your computer will need to be replaced. So we get out of all the waves, and we go, I call it dock, but that's not right. We go beach on the beach, which also sounds like we're a bunch of whales. Like, I don't know the correct terminology for any of this stuff. I feel like I should learn it. If I'm going to live in Florida, I need to know the terminology. So we take the boat and ram it up onto the sand. Landed? Sure, we'll go with that. We ram it up onto the sand, and we put anchor out, right? The kids, my 13-year-old daughter, my 14-year-old nephew are all bougie with it, and they're like, we're staying on the boat. It's sandy, and the water has salt in it, and it's gross, and we don't want to do it, so we're just going to sit here. Broski over here trying to talk to me. That's not going to work. Please hold. Go away. So they decide that they're going to stay on the boat. So me, the man, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Okay, he's not coming over here, because, y'all, that's so awkward. Please, I'm going to interrupt this story real quick. Fellas. Number one, if you see a female by herself that's not like full on, hey, come talk to me, that doesn't work. Number two, if you can see that she's clearly doing something, whether it's talking into her phone, talking onto her phone, reading a book, staring off into the sky, sleeping, breathing, that doesn't mean interrupt her and come talk to her. Anyway, that was my public service announcement for today. So nephew, daughter decided to stay on the beach. Sister-in-law, brother-in-law, myself, and the man decided we were going to get out into the water and chill and hang out and whatever else. And I found a starfish, or I think that's what they're called. No, sand dollar. I found a sand dollar. It was purple. I found two of them, purple sand dollars. And I thought to myself, I have never seen a purple sand dollar in my entire life. I was like, this is really cool. So I picked them up out of the water, and I held them in my hands. And I was like, how come the purple is coming off of the sand dollar? And why is it so, it felt like when you haven't shaved your legs, you know how that feel like when you run your hands up and down your legs? We all know exactly what that feels like. That's what these sand dollars felt like. And I was like, oh, that's different. That's neat. Another helicopter. Please hold. It's so bright right now, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, let me show y'all God, if I turn around though, they're all staring at me while I talk to you. But I want to show you the beach because that's way better than looking at these people back here. Oh gosh. Okay. Like the man said, he said, just look at the camera. Don't look at the people. We're going to attempt that and see what happens. No promises this is going to work out well. This could go absolutely freaking horrendous, just so we know. But I'm going to turn around. I will still be blinded by the light. Blinded by the light, lit up like a douche. Is that the words? I don't know how the song goes. But look, if I put this here and I hunker down so that I can't see them. Oh, so here's the thing. Somebody just said it's alive. I did not know that. Number one. Hi. I'll just wave to my sister-in-law who's staring at me. So I did not know that they were alive. So what happened was I picked these two sand dollars up. Sand dollars? Yeah. I picked them up. And the purple is coming off of them. And I'm like, why is that a thing? And I held them for a good few minutes. And then I put them down in the sand. Turns out, if they're not in the water, they die. I accidentally killed 2 sand dollars. I feel like I should be deported out of Florida now. Like, I feel like that's not a thing that's allowed, that I have caused the death of wildlife, and now I feel absolutely freaking awful. And I don't know how to atone for it or how to make up for it. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. It was awful. Focal point like labor. I don't know what that means, but focal point like that kind of thing. Got it. So literally, y'all can see I'm hunkering down, trying to stay right in here with y'all. Like, don't look left, don't look right, don't look up, don't look down. So, okay, let me tell you what happened with everything else. So that was the boat, and that was fun. It was a lot of fun. We all burnt the living bejesus out of ourselves. Accidental. You put on all the sunscreen, but you don't realize that water and sun still. I did not burn myself nearly as bad as the last time I did this, and I was like a small little lobster. But, so we went to Target last night. Let me explain to you that a lot of places in this country, there is a high population of homeless people right now because of inflation and the cost of housing and the cost of food and people losing their jobs and whatever else. Inflation and all that kind of stuff is making it harder for people to afford their homes, right? And then there's a lot of people who, on top of that, decide they want to do drugs. I'm going to start off with that. Homeless and drugs. That's a epidemic, a pandemic, if you will. I don't really know what the right word is that, right? So we decided last night, my sister-in-law, Marvin's in here. I didn't even see it. Marvin, hi, how's it going? So we decided last night we were going to walk to Target because it was really nice out. My sister-in-law, me, my wrapped up a deuce. Is that really the song lyric? I got to look it up. It's like the sunglasses at night. I don't know all the lyrics. Anyway, so we decided to walk over to Target. It was my nephew, my daughter, my sister-in-law, and me. 4 of us decided to walk over to Target. And we walk over and we get there and everything's going fine. We're walking up and down the aisles, getting the couple things that we want, just looking at stuff, right? And I hear somebody like yelling, and I'm like, did somebody lose their kid? Like, what's happening, right? So I end up down the aisle that my sister-in-law and daughter are on. They're on the cereal aisle. And I look down the aisle, and my sister-in-law, she goes, did you see the lady that's like losing her mind? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? She goes, no, there's some lady who, I don't know. I thought she was on the phone, but I think she's like talking to herself, but she seems really irate. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I keep going. I don't see this lady. Nothing, whatever. And I go over to the toothpaste aisle. So in Target, I'm going from like this area down to the edge and over. Okay. So it's like a little L, if you will. And I'm in this corner over here, looking at toothpaste, right? Well, my sister-in-law comes from this little L-shaped corner and walks towards me with my daughter. My nephew is doing whatever nephews do. God, my hair, y'all. This is why I need to cut this thing. Anyway, he's doing whatever nephews do. And my sister-in-law comes over and she goes, they called the cops. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, the lady, they called the cops on her. She goes, so I hear there's a guy following this lady who's like yelling down the aisles. And they call the cops. And the cop goes, she's here again. Can you please come, whatever. And I'm like, what is this, right? Y'all, these people are staring at me. Oh, I hate it. I know it's the stupidest thing, and I'm sure it's annoying when I say it, but I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know what to do with myself. It's so awkward. So my sister-in-law says they called the cops and they say that the lady's here again and whatever else, right? And look, the man's in here. Hi, Chris. Hi, Kevin. Y'all are in here they're right up there on their phones. I can see them. They're literally right behind my camera watching me. Bunch of nerds. So, we're all staring at you. Thanks, Marvin. I feel so much better now, sir. I appreciate it. So I literally feel like I'm on display. Look, hold on. Look, this is me. This is all of them on display. So anyway, just stare at y'all. I'm trying, I promise. Like, now they see it because there's a lag, and Chris just laughed and waved. Anyway, so my sister-in-law comes over. She goes, no, there's a guy following this lady, and he calls the cops on her. And she goes, and I think maybe he works for Target. Now, the man and I were in there one day, and there was this guy that was like yelling bloody murder. He was cussing, and he was talking about fighting somebody and all kinds of random BS, right? And there was this plainclothes guy following behind him on the phone. And we realized at that point that Target employees lost prevention in plain clothes. A lot of places you go, you see like people in like the security outfits or the police outfits at the front door, like Walmart. When we were in Albuquerque at Walmart, they had legit security up front who dressed like they were police officers. They were not, but they had tasers, they had all this other stuff, but they weren't real cops. So you don't expect the plainclothes whatever walking around. Costco has them. I made friends with the one at Costco in Georgia when I lived there. I'm like, I see you here too often. I know exactly who you are. I'm not stealing a case of waters. They don't fit up my shirt. I don't know how this is even possible to steal from Costco, but whatever. So anyway, Target, the guy calls the cops on this lady and he goes, hey, she's here again. I need you to come, kind of whatever. And this woman, she starts yelling, I'm not stealing water. I'm not stealing water, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. So in this little L, like I told you, it starts up here. This is where the lady was in the cereal whatever aisle. And then it goes down to the kind of corner and then over. And I'm over here. And the lady walks from here down into this corner. Well, in this corner, like 4 families had kind of congregated. And when I say families, I mean mothers with children. There were no men in this little section. All mothers with children and carts. Everybody's packing up their carts for stuff they wanted for like the condos and their whatever. Brown chicken, brown cow. Kevin, get out of my live stream, you weirdo. So, there's a bunch of people standing there with their carts and whatever else. And this lady comes flying through, like, you know that pissed off power walk that we do when we're mad? She was pissed off power walking, right? So she pissed off power walks through this corner and around. And from far away, I could not tell who she was, but y'all, I know this woman. So I could not tell who she was. So she comes around the corner and she's got on this like strapless, y'all can't tell, she got on this like strapless romper kind of thing and cute shoes, her hair's down, whatever else. But she has that pissed off walk, you know, that angry whatever. But she's also walking and veering. And I'm like, oh, pissed off and drunk. Okay, that's not a very good combination, just so we know. So she's like pissed off drunk walking, right? So she gets closer to us and I'm looking at her and I realize her entire area right here. Now I thought she had like taken like sunscreen and just dropped the entire slab of it onto her nose, like just a whole bunch of crap onto her face, right? My sister-in-law says, no, it looks like those powders, those little puffs that you used to do on your whole face, like Marilyn Monroe days. You take the powder puff and you just hit your whole face up with it. So it looks like that, but all right here and all on her nose, right? Well, she walks by and she's like cry talking. She's like cry talking to herself. And she's like, I just want to get out of here. And I wish everybody would just leave me alone and blah, 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 blah. Right. And I turned to my kid and I said, hey, listen, maybe she's got some sort of mental issue. Maybe she's upset because she's having a moment and everybody's staring at her, or because Catitude, Kevin, come down here and do your famous burp. Don't you dare. You better stay up there. So everybody's looking at her and I'm thinking, I tell the kid, I said, well, maybe she's upset because she feels like I do with anxiety. Maybe she just has massive anxiety. But as she walks by and I really focus on her, I recognize her. And here's the problem. So I've seen her before. We've seen her over at the Starbucks that we go to. She meets up with another guy there and they both have bicycles. And I am 99.99% sure that she is homeless, but I'm also 101% sure that drugs are involved. And listen, I cannot read this live chat as Kevin counts down to his famous burp while I'm doing this live stream. Y'all won't hear it anyway. He's all the way up there. Anyway, stop it. So I realize I recognize her, right? And so I turn to the kid and I'm like, listen, it might be that she's got something in her system and that's why she's acting the way she is. It might not be a mental thing. It might be actual drugs in her system. And hey, side note, this is why we don't do drugs. So you don't have loss prevention calling the police on you at Target and you're walking around with crap on your face, crying to yourself and talking to yourself and yelling up and down aisles. Like, this is the main reason. I feel like this is a great deterrent on not do drugs. Not because of your health, just because people look at you like you're psycho. That's a good reason not to do drugs, right? So here's the thing. She gets to the front. Now at Target, they have the self-checkout, like a lot of self-checkout now, right? And then they have the one register still open where you can go to the actual person. Well, she doesn't go to the register with the actual person. She goes to self-checkout. And when you go to self-checkout, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them, the back one, and then all the way up to the front. Look, I was about to burp for him, my bad. So she goes to the very last one. She walks by me. She's got a big old bag of chips. She has a bottle of water and she has something else. I don't know what the third thing is. So she gets up to this self-checkout and she sets everything down on the counter. Now she had a purse on her shoulder. And when I tell you the purse was like an old raggedy brown purse, but it looked really full. It looked really heavy, like there was a lot of stuff in it, right? So she gets up there. She puts all her stuff down on this counter. And as soon as she puts her stuff down, from out of like the woodwork, a female police officer walks up. And then right behind her, 2 male police officers walk up. So she's literally like caged in there. She's like a tiger in a cage kind of thing, right? So she's there at the self-checkout. You've got a police officer here, 2 behind her. And I'm not even gonna lie. My brain said, get as close as you can to see what is happening. And it wasn't to see what is happening to be like nosy and like, ooh, let me record this, oh, viral, whatever. No, it was to see what is happening, to make sure, one, that she is okay, to make sure that these police officers do not do anything to this woman they should not do, but also to make sure these police officers are okay, because I don't know what's in this woman's purse. I don't know what she is capable of, because there's clearly something wrong there, right? Whether it is mental, whether it's drugs, whatever. So I walk up there and I say to the police officer, I said, hey, can I use the self-checkout right next to her, or do I need to go stand in line? He goes, no, you're fine, come on. So I go between him. Oh yeah, my drink is getting warm. Look, all the ice has completely melted. Now it just looks like melted watermelon juice, but anyway. So I go past her and I put my stuff on the thing, and the kids, my nephew and my daughter, are right there. And I said, no, you go to the other side of me. You go to the end of this, you go stand by the doors, you do whatever else, but you do not stand here where the police are or where this woman is, out of a safety issue. I need to be able to shield you. You don't need to be between any of this, right? So I make them leave and make them go away. So then this woman puts her stuff, she's got her stuff down, the cops are standing there. Now, there's I don't know how to explain this, but there's like, I want to say bad cop, good cop, but it's like fat cop, skinny cop. That's how I picture it. So there was a female cop, blonde hair, younger, I would say maybe mid-20s for the cop, for the female. Then you have 2 males. I'm going to call them fat cop, skinny cop, and I know that's politically incorrect, but that's how I'm separating them. Whatever, don't care. Fat cop was probably late 20s, early 30s. Skinny cop was probably a little bit older, right? So a fat cop says to lady, he says, hey, go ahead and make your purchases, but then we need to go outside and have a discussion. Now the lady starts rummaging through her purse, okay? She has not scanned anything. Nothing has transpired at this point. She's rummaging through her purse. Oh, is my kid in here now? Child? She would be. So she starts rummaging through her purse. Ladies, we all know that no matter how big your purse is, you know exactly where your money is if you have money, okay? So she's rummaging through her purse, not pulling anything out, not doing anything with anything, right? But she's just moving around, making a whole lot of fuss. She goes, I'm not stealing anything. I'm not doing anything. I don't know why you're here. I didn't do anything wrong, and whatever else, which may be true. Technically, she had not stolen anything. She had not walked out the door. So when they called the police on her, it was a precursor to her possibly stealing something, which I feel personally that might be a little on the wrong side to do, right? So she's standing there, and Fat Cop says, listen, make your purchases and let's go talk outside. And she didn't do anything. And he says, I need you to understand there are people waiting in line that want to check out. You're holding up business for this location. They called the police. They want you out of here because of the way you were yelling. You're causing a disturbance or whatever else. And she's like, well, I didn't do anything. I didn't steal anything. I'm not doing anything, whatever else. Fat Cop starts to get a little irritated. He goes, listen, you have 2 options. You can make your purchase and we can go outside and talk, or you can leave your stuff here and we can go outside and talk. Either way, we're gonna go outside and talk. Well, she's still standing there, not doing anything, whatever else. And I've never self-checked out so slowly in my entire life. I'm like, slow scan, put it into the bag. And the second, like the kid or my nephew or my sister-in-law tried to talk, I was like, shh, I gotta hear what's happening. Shh, nothing, right? So I finally get all my stuff checked out, and the lady, she's still not doing anything. She has not scanned a single thing. She has not pulled any money out whatsoever. All these children over here staring at me. I don't know what to do with this. She hasn't done anything. And the police officer says, listen, I'm trying to be as nice as I can be, but we're going to talk outside. Whether you buy something or not is up to you. And if you do not make a decision, I will make that decision for you. And I was like, oh, what's about to happen here? Because I'm nosy. These children are nosy over here too. Like there's like 7 of them. Just like, so she decides that I guess she's not going to do anything. She just leaves her stuff and walks away. So Fat Cop picks up all the stuff, takes it to one of the Target employees and hands it over to the Target employees. At which point those 2 Target employees start talking about this woman and whatever else. And it turns out she's been in there numerous times. They called the police on her numerous times. And when I realized who she was, I kind of understood, because she is clearly homeless. She is clearly on drugs. And there might also be mental things. So when you put those 3 things together inside of a business, it does not work out well, right? So the 3 police officers take her outside. And as she's walking out the door, she immediately just puts her hands behind her back. And I'm like, well, she's done this before. She understands what the next step is. But I want to say that when they got her outside and started talking to her, they were very, very respectful. The first person that started talking to her was the female. And she said, ma'am, I just need you to understand that what is happening, you know, you're being loud inside the store, you're being a little bit erratic, and it was worrisome to the employees. They wanted to make sure that you were okay. So they called us to come in here and make sure that you're good and whatever else. Now, we had to leave. I couldn't just stand there and be like, I mean, I wanted to, but they would have yelled at me. I'm just trying to figure out what was happening, right? So we left. But the fact of the matter is, when you're out in places and you see people having moments like that, it's very hard to know what to do. Because as she walked by us with the crying and the talking to herself, I personally wanted to walk up to her and ask her if she was okay, if I could help with anything, did she need anything? But at the same time, my brain is going, you never know what somebody is capable of doing. What if I were to walk up to her and be like, hey, let me help you. I can get you this water if that's what the problem is, or whatever else. And then she turns around and shanks me. I'm be real pissed that I tried to do something nice and got stabbed for it. You know what I mean? Like, you never know exactly which way it's going to go. And that's the crappy part. Like, I want to teach my kid to go do nice things, to go help people, to go do whatever. But this day and age, with the amount of drugs that are out there and the amount of mental illnesses going on, it's better to step back and do nothing, which just feels so incredibly wrong the entire way. Like, the do nothing, it feels wrong. But at the same time, if you were to go up and try to help and anything went sideways, that's on you at that point. And then I know somebody said get an employee, but that's the other thing. As an employee, that's also not their job. And so, like, when you see people that are stealing stuff and you see employees chasing them down into like the parking lot, and then they get in a fight or they get shot over it, it's like, this is a job that no company is worth risking your safety, your health, your life for. But people are, in my opinion, people are. If I hadn't already realized who she was, I might have been, and I know this makes me sound absolutely awful, I might have been more inclined to walk up farther to her to offer help. But once I realized who she was and what I had heard from her, what I have seen from her previously, I knew to keep my distance because there is a lot going on there. So it was a weird situation for my child to be in. It was a weird lesson to kind of try to teach her afterwards, like, pay attention to what's going on around you, head on a swivel at all times. But there's some people that you have to steer clear of. There's like a lot of bees down there on the sand. If I get stung, y'all gonna hear me scream bloody murder, please no. Anyway, it was one of those things where I try to teach her, be careful, make sure that you're fully aware of your surroundings, steer clear of people that are doing too much, that are being extra, you know what I mean? So that was it. That was the cops. There were 3 cops. It felt excessive. 3 cops, 2 cop cars. I guess 2 of them were in one, but 3 cops felt very excessive for one woman who might have possibly been stealing a little 20-ounce thing of water. Like, it felt very excessive, except for the fact that she has been there numerous times. Who knows how sideways it went the first couple times that they called the cops on her. So that is it. I was not impressed, but I was happy, not even happy. I was okay with the way that the police handled the situation. I could hear Fat Cop getting a little stressed out over it. Not stressed out, but irritated that she was not listening. But in the end, it ended well. There was no tasers. There was no anything else that happened. Everybody left. There was no other incident. So I was actually very grateful for that. So listen, there are way more people out here now. Way more people out here now. Looking, staring. I had a female cop try to frisk me. Kevin, you're an idiot. He's talking about when I dressed up as a cop. I'm kidding. That's a joke. It might be. Anyway, listen, I love you all immensely. I know we've only done this for 38 minutes. Normally we go a lot longer, but because there are literally 175 people staring at me right now, we're gonna, and because they're waiting on me so we can go and do more stuff. So I love you all immensely. I hope that being able to see, look, I'm breaking this thing by accident. I hope that being able to see a little bit of the beach was helpful, that everybody enjoyed it. So Babu said they arrested her. I don't think they arrested her. We left before that, but I don't think they arrested her because she technically did nothing wrong. Being loud inside a store is not arrest worthy. She never stole anything. She wasn't disrespectful to the police or anything like that. So I think that she was perfectly fine. I don't think they arrested her. I think they just got her out of the store and made her go about her evening or whatnot. So I love you all immensely. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you more than you know. I've missed you all. I will try not to go this long again, because it really does do something to me not having you guys for 7 days. It's like, it's really weird. I know that most of y'all are like, whatever, but no, it's like when you don't see your friend for an entire week, it just feels wrong. So I love you all. Y'all want to slow pan like literally everybody? Hold on, I slow pan literally everybody for you, because there's like a lot of people over here. There's the family over there just chilling on the thing. So that's that. So I love you all. And when will I be live again? Monday. Mimosa Mondays is the live stream. I will record some stuff this week while we do more fun stuff, and I'll bring it to you. But I love you all immensely. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Monday evening, my dudes. And I will see you next time. Bye.